Hi friends, strangers, internet. We're here today with a full face of first impressions. 90% of the products on my face I have either never used before or I used them years ago. It's probably pretty rare that I will have a full face of products that are new to me in the next few months. So I thought this was a great opportunity to play around with makeup and test out some new formulas. It's been a very weird filming afternoon. I have a ton of footage that I'm gonna have to chop down and make into some palatable length of time. If it's weird or if you have any thoughts or input, leave them in the comments for sure. Like if this angle is weird to you or anything, just let me know. It's just me hanging out, talking about products, seeing my cats in the background, meowing, scratching, being cats, and playing with some new and fun colorful makeup. Okay, so for eyeshadow today, I have the Pinky Rose Exotic Peacock palette. Pinky Rose is an indie brand. They released a trio of palettes a few months back, and this beauty is Exotic Peacock. We might end up with another green eye on this channel. We'll see what happens. Back with some concealer on my eyes as base. Going in with my normal star of the show, my fluffy brush. Dipping straight into Risque, which is the olivey yellowy green in the palette. Risque is probably the lightest color in the palette, and I think it can play as that blending out shade. I'm doing my eyes first today because I've never worked with these shadows before. I'm not sure if fallout is a thing. I don't see any right now, but there's a little kick up in the pan in case that bothers you. So now that we have our requisite green or yellow all over the upper eye area, moving on to something else. I am going to dip into Lovesick, which is the lighter of the two matte teals. I switched to this brush, another star, which is going to pack it on and blend it out. I think the aim is just the outer third of the eye. So with this Lovesick shade, I'm thinking about building out a bit of a wing shape. I'm also lightly blending up and in. I don't want as much of the teal in here. I want the green to be mostly visible. I'm dipping back into Lovesick. I'm gonna build out the color here a bit more. I'm dipping into Discreet, which is the deeper teal, and tapping it over the wing part. Because I'm building this on the green eyeshadow already, I'm not really getting a true feel for these teal colors. My process is really just back and forth, dip, blend, dip, blend. There's not really an exact science to when I would stop. We'll have one brush first impression in the video, a gift of Mom to Teresa is Dead, who was with her at IMATS and was like, I don't need that brush. And so I got it. I'm going in with Risque again, and then I'm focusing on the inner part of the crease, I guess. And this is applying it much more intensely. I like having a more concentrated yellow here to compete with the strong teal. Small brush for small eyes. Fun to play with. I'm gonna match my wing and I'll be back. Okay, so things are looking different here. When I was working on this eye, my teal shape got a little bit more blurred out and blended out, so I just matched this eye. It's different than it was, but sometimes shit happens. So before I go into shimmers, I'm going to clean up the outside shape of the eye. So I just go in with my micellar water. I have Bioderma here and a Q-tip, and it helps with the precision of the cleanup versus going in with a makeup wipe or micellar water on a cloth. And I generally start at my inner corner and swipe up. Because of the way this shape has evolved, I'm also going to go to my brow bone and swipe down. Now the hard part is matching the other eye. Again, slow and steady. Nobody's eyes are the same anyway, so you're not going to have the same shape. But I think I want this one a little bit higher up. I'm gonna stop there so that I don't swipe off too much. So for the shimmers, I'm doing my normal glitter glue. I'm picking up a little bit on a gunky flat shader brush. I recommend keeping glitter glue application to 1 or 2 brushes, or your fingers if you're skilled like that. So I'm applying it all over the lid with the bigger brush, but then I'm going to use a small detailer brush to apply the colors. I have Exotic on this brush, and I'm aiming for the inner 4th to 1/3 of the lid. So now I'm going to go in with the same brush with Peacock, and I'm starting this on the outer corner. These shimmers pick up pretty nice with a brush. This Peacock is much more blue than I thought it would be. Going into Provocative, which is the green shimmer, and I'm going to put that right in the middle of the 2 colors. And I'm just dabbing my brush over the golden color with the green to help it blend. I think what I'm actually going to do is try mixing Provocative over top of Peacock to create a more true shimmery teal. That layered up really nice. So we have the grungy, dirty green golden green here. I've kept the green as it is right in the center of the lid, and peacock and provocative layered together to give a more teal outer color. And you'll see when I'm using my brush, I tend to pat my shimmers into the mat where they meet. Realistically, my eyes are going to create that effect anyway as the eyeshadow wears, but I just like that look more than I like a specific like cut crease look. Okay, the two eyes go together as best they can. So the next thing I'm doing is cleaning up my under eye. Oh no. So I think the risque color, the green gold color on the inner part of my lids, I'll use that phrase that my favorite person, Teresa is dead, says, just glitter bukkakied all over my fucking face. So that's good to know that will happen. So definitely do your face first. I also I'm cleaning up a little bit on my inner corner, taking off a little bit of the work that I did. But basically the goal is that once I put concealer on, put my inner corner highlight. Sometimes you just need to clean up so that that shadow doesn't mix with the concealer or foundation you put on and spread that beautiful pukey green all over your face. In terms of complexion, we have 3 first impressions that we're throwing on our face. The Milani Soft Focus Glow feels almost like a drugstore version of the Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Glow, basically liquid highlight glow lotion thing that she sells. I think I'm going to put it on first as a base, and then on top of that, I'm going to use the CoverGirl Clean Matte BB Cream. I used this years ago when I was not aiming to be cruelty-free and really liked it. And then once CoverGirl announced they were cruelty-free again, I picked it back up. If this is as good as I remember it, I'll be very happy to have a drugstore cruelty-free, super affordable option. And then I have the Milani Conceal and Perfect concealer that I think you can only get at Walmart, which annoys the crap out of me. A full pump of this is a lot of product. I think I just put out about a half pump. I'm going to put it on my face with my hands because I don't know if I want a glowy beauty sponge. And I'm focusing it on the points that I would normally highlight. And then just kind of tapping it out with the rest. I'm adding a little bit more because I actually think a pump would have been just fine. I feel like if you were feeling super natural and just wanted to be a little glowy bitch, this would be a nice base without additional products. So next we have the Clean Matte BB Cream. I'm super curious to see if you can see any of the glow from the Milani product through after the BB cream. I have a brand new clean Shop Miss A sponge. I am very happy. So I just try to focus on the center of my face. I also try to remind myself that no BB cream is going to cover up the redness of my nose or my under eyes, really. So I shouldn't pile. Oh, no. This is why I don't do my face first. Okay. Another thing to be cognizant of when you do your face is to not just slap stuff on your eyes. So I'll be going in and fixing that. That's pretty much as good as we're gonna get with BB cream. It's fine. So this Milani concealer, this is not a true first impression. I tried it once one morning and was super unimpressed. But I keep hearing good things about it, and I know I'm highly critical of my under eyes. Oh, and this color is 100 Pure Ivory, and I was using the lightest color from CoverGirl, Fair 100, which looks pretty orange when you squeeze it out, I'll say. So I'm trying to just pounce out the outer edge of this concealer first. The goal in doing that is to let some of the inner corner concealer dry a little bit more so that when I go in with this wet sponge, it won't pick up too much product and I'll get a little bit more coverage. Okay. Not bad. Okie dokie. That's the concealer blended out. It's better than I remember it. Okay, so we're back with the face powdered. I realized as I did that the Milani Glow was a waste of my time because I'm very mad right now. So for inner corner highlight and face highlight, I am going to be using the BH Cosmetics Blacklight palette. I got this 6 months ago, 5 months ago, and used it once or twice and just haven't used it since. So again, not quite a first impression, but I think this is a perfectly fine colorful highlighter palette, but I got really into my Looksy Beauty colorful highlighters. Those are top favorite. Today I'm going in with Electra. This is like a buttery golden yellow, but also white, which I think goes with the gold that's happening. So I just did the thing that I often do, which is blending my shimmery highlight up and out to help blend it out a little bit, but it's looking a bit funky. So I'll probably do some eye cleanup off camera to fix that and those issues. But first, highlighter. I'm going to be using the same Electra color. And it is super intense. It's quite a lovely highlight, but I don't reach into the palette for just one highlight. If you're not into super blinding highlights, you may want to go in cautiously with your highlighter brush. Whereas I'm double dipping because I want the glow. we have highlight. The blush I'm using today is the Flower Pots blush in Peach Primrose. It's new to me. I've had it a couple months, but I haven't touched it. If it looks used at all, it was actually a gift from somebody in a beauty group I'm in. I'm going to go in with my Moda Pro powder blush that's turned into a blush brush because I love blush. I'm being dangerous. I'm putting on makeup with just my camera. Let's change that a little bit. Okay. As per usual, I put on a lot of blush. In terms of finishing powder, I just realized I have one that is a first impressions. So I picked up this Hourglass Veil translucent setting powder, this mini. I think I actually got it around Thanksgiving or Christmas time in one of the VIB sales. But I got it and then I told myself, no, you need to use up other powders that you have before digging into this one. I'm still using up other powders that I have. I actually got another one of the pressed Hourglass powders from iMats. So I'm set on finishing powder for probably a year to 2 years. But I know people rave about this powder, so I'm gonna dig into it today. So for me, a finishing powder is like a buffing powder. I know I've shown this before. Not everybody likes the Hourglass style of powders on all parts of their face. I think they accentuate their pores. But I've been enjoying a glowy finishing powder all over the face. I can tell right away that this is so finely milled that I will go through this really quickly. I love what that did for my nose. Okay, so this finishing powder is looking nice. I don't know if it's Hourglass price is nice, but I have a soft spot in my makeup collection for Hourglass powders. I'm going to take a minute or two off camera and touch up my eyes and I'll be back. Okay, so we did a little eye cleanup. It's still feeling funky, but that's not the eyeshadow's fault, that's my fault. Next first impression is going to be this Glossier Play pencil in Stable. I'm going in on my waterline and maybe a little on my lower lash line. Okay, so I tried this Glossier Play pencil right when I first got it, which was about 2-3 weeks ago, and my thoughts are about the same as they are today. It seems to apply to the skin just fine, but the waterline feels very, very sheer. Very few eyeliners actually stick on my waterline. My favorite of all favorites is the Marc Jacobs Matte Gel eyeliner. Most other liners just do not stick on my waterline, and this is doing that same thing. It's possible it's just a more sheer color and so I'm judging it harsher, but it feels very opaque on my lower lash line, but not on the waterline. And I created this line because I decided it would be the best way to connect the color placement of the eyeliner and then just let it wing out. honestly, I'm not sure about this eyeliner. It feels really kind of thick. And it's really layering on my lower lash line, but it's not really applying on my waterline. So there's that first impression. Mascara is not a first impression. I'm gonna do that off camera. We have 3 more steps of our first impression face and then we will be done. Brows are the next. And I have the Benefit Gimme Brow in number 3. I have used this product years ago before they made new packaging. And I have kind of weird feelings about Benefit, and I haven't really been buying from them at all until purchasing this gel. I really feel nothing about these brows. This brow gel is a big shrug. We have lip products. The amazing and delightful Nisi Pisa talks about Ulta lip products all the time, which inspired me to pick some up, especially because they were having a buy 2 get 2 free deal. They do that a lot. This is actually round 3 with these products. This is the Ulta Radiant Shine. They're like a gloss stick. I picked up Feminine and Girl Next Door. They look different on the hand and they do read a little different on the lips. Most likely my lips need a good exfoliation. So I think it's picking up some of the skin and texture on my lips, but I'm going to try with Girl Next Door. So this is a beautiful creamsicle color, and I'm stopping right there. You can layer it on to get a little bit more color, but it starts to like gather on the inner lip, and the color, because it's such a sheer, slightly slippery formula, layering it on just makes the color kind of shift and smush. A thin layer like this though, it looks great on the lips. I doubt this will last long on your lips. You probably have to reapply it pretty often. So I'm curious to see how it treats my lips, if they feel drier after continued use, or if they feel okay or even moisturized. I find that those like moisturizing formulas that have color in them oftentimes dry my lips out worse than other products. And it's hard to find like a balmy, glossy color that doesn't just parch my mouth. Finally at the last step, and the last step is setting spray. So this is the Skindinavia, the makeup finishing spray bridal. I've owned a few bottles of Urban Decay All Nighter, and I do really enjoy that, but this was again at IMATS, and they claim that the bridal spray helps with sweatiness. So I cannot wait to try this in the summer because I'm a beast in the summer. I'm gonna do a few generous sprays all over the face. I could do more. I'm gonna stop there and not be a total animal. This video has been a struggle bus, but that's my finished look. I'm excited to jump into the Pinky Rose palette more often. I am very curious to see how the CoverGirl Matte BB Cream holds up in the warmer months, and also excited to mix that BB cream with the glowy Milani product to see how it works as a medium glow BB cream. I am iffy on that concealer. If anybody has used it and has any tips with that Milani concealer, I'm listening for sure. I don't know how to end videos, but I'll give you some slow-mo posing. Trying over here, I'm trying. I'm excited to play with almost every product that you saw today. I'm excited to play with further.